Right, so it's going to be about somebody called Ren, who's a singer-songwriter, and that's a picture taken from one of his videos. I've only come across him very recently, and I'm very rarely affected that much by music. It's called Ren Erin Gil, but he's always known as Ren. Now, he could have taken his initials, couldn't he, and called himself Reg.
He could easily, yes.
But I don't think it would work quite as well somehow. Ren sounds really good. Reg, a little bit iffier. Anyway, he's a songwriter, musician, and rapper. And I think he is really artistic. He's really innovative, and somebody that is both shocking and has got a very, very interesting backstory, even though he's still only aged 33. This, which is the cover from the Hi Ren, the song I'm going to talk about, was issued last December, and it's had 20 million views. I think he's really astonishing and really worth having a look at, and I hope you'll agree with me. But first, before we, he was born in March 1990 in Duiran, Anglesey. Eventually, he went to college in Bath, I think it was, and started street busking as part of Trick the Fox. He then, later on, he went to Brighton and was part of a band there as well. And he signed a record contract in 2010, started recording, but he was too sick to work, returned home to Wales, was in bed 23 hours per day with Lyme's, well, eventually was diagnosed as Lyme's disease.
This is what a day looks like having brain damage and autoimmune conditions.
I wake up, I take an obscene amount of pills and medication. Pills. I've gotten pretty good at swallowing them all in one go. I get in an Uber, I go to the clinic.
I get various medicines and vitamins delivered straight to my veins whilst reading sci-fi books.
Then I've got to wear this weird space sci-fi swimming cap to help me create new neural pathways in my brain. Kinda makes me feel a little bit like that scene from Clockwork Orange. Get more medicine right in my veins whilst looking bloody handsome, then I get an Uber back home. I have to eat a restricted low histamine paleo diet, so this is what 99% of my food looks like. It's alright, it's not bad. I watch Peep Show because it's class. I watch cookery programs because I'm secretly an 80-year-old woman. I inhale hydrogen gas because it helps reduce inflammation in my body. Then I take some more pills. Pills. Then I practice guitar and I write songs about how interesting and sensitive and deep I am. And then I make some hardcore gangster rap hip-hop beats. Fuck me, I'm so white. Then I clean my teeth and I go to bed.
That gives a little bit of a feel for how his illnesses have defined him. I think he says almost half his life has been spent with a severe illness, and he had all sorts of ways of trying to tackle it, and eventually he has, which again, if I've got time, I'll come on to. But what I'd like to move on to now.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, feel free to comment on it as you go on. Hi, Ren.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, are you pleased to see me? It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill.
Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? You've been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb, boy.
Nah, mate, this time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help.
You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? going nowhere.
Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connected, and the people who find it respect me. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you, to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious, Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath it.
That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually you say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren.
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose it. Die. Yeah, I call the shots, and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
I am temptation. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading or killings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips, so you see I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east, and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So coward the man I've become, when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise, in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're acclimated different sides. When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
That was brilliant.
That was absolutely brilliant. It's
Yeah.
poetry, because rap is poetry, isn't it? I mean, we had a discussion about that once, but I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, so original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to that. I mean, that was only about 2/3 of it, and it goes on to other things as well. I just think he's a real original.
Talented.
I was
yeah.
exhausted, actually. for him.
Yes,
I
He-
know,
he-
I know. I mean,
he's-
the level
he's
of,
definitely talented.
if you look at
Talented on the
his
guitar
lyrics,
as well.
his lyrics are absolutely brilliant.
It's
in
the lyrics. They're
and
just
the way he manages to do the music and deliver them is just
Yes,
something
all at the same time. Amazing.
Just as an aside, do you notice that he was in a surgical gown?
yes.
Has anybody else ever had to wear a surgical gown?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
With the open
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
Very
The operating
worrying. Yeah.
theatre.
You wander along holding it behind you.
I like
Yeah.
I like the cartoon one on the left.
And why was he brought on by a pig? Was he supposed to be in an abattoir or something?
I don't know about that. You'll have to work that one out yourself.
That
Very
image looked
macabre.
familiar somehow. For some reason, I'm thinking Pink Floyd.
It's been used before, hasn't it? You're quite
Yeah.
right. I was thinking that, but I don't know what. I'm sure there are really good analyses of that song. But just on this thing about hospital gowns, apparently in the American Canada, they're known as Johnny gowns. Don't know why.
Mm.
And it's a loose piece of clothing worn in hospital by someone doing or having an operation.
Yeah.
It can be used as clothing for bedridden patients who need a bedpan.
Mm.
But when I've been wearing one, having an operation or something like that, I feel I think it makes you feel insecure.
Yeah, exposed.
Yeah.
Well, you are exposed, aren't you?
Well, you are exposed and being treated as
You're vulnerable.
you're vulnerable. You're very,
Yes.
I felt
Yeah,
very
that's the word.
vulnerable.
Mm.
And apparently they are trying to change them so that they haven't got the, the other thing is, maybe women are better at it than men, but I can't tie things behind my back.
I can't.
No, it's not easy. You sort of have a go. Well, you do it at the hairdressers, don't you?
Well, I don't.
Some of those tie at the back.
Yeah.
Well, you might not, but
Well, women have to put bras on, and that's hard enough sometimes.
Well, I was thinking that might be.
God, that's terrible. I can't do that for the love of money. For all these years. And if they've
Yeah,
got
sometimes
four,
I fight with one.
the sports ones have 4 hook and eyes. I mean,
Yes,
it's impossible.
I know. Well, there's at least 3 hook and eyes in everyone. I
Yeah.
found.
Well, okay,
Anyway, sorry,
we're getting on dangerous territory here.
we digress here.
He was on the pyramid stage at Glastonbury, and apparently was on in June this year. and
Oh,
he was an amazing success there. He's got a huge crowd of fans. He's got a second album coming out today
oh,
called Sick Boy, B-O-I, Sick Boy. And there's some really, really interesting tracks on that as well. This is a screen grab of him, the only one I can find of him in his early days busking. He was quite big on that. So 2015, after suffering a huge kind of personal crash in him, not a car crash, but a crash in his autoimmune illness, and he ended up raising enough money to see a specialist in Brussels. And he did it partly through his fans. He did some fundraising for his Lyme's, what eventually turned out to be Lyme's disease. But the problem was he'd been misdiagnosed for so long that it caused irreversible damage to his immune system. And he still got that problem. But then a stem cell doctor from LA contacted him because he liked his music and said he'd give him a free stem cell transplant if he could get himself to LA. So he was raising money for that as well. I'm not sure what happened to that one.
how did he contact Lyme's disease?
Don't know. He doesn't know either. But
Because it's tick-borne, isn't it?
I know, but remember,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Anglesey is a very rural area.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's liable there. And here he is with his friend Joe, who committed suicide in 2010.
Oh dear.
And that was another absolute trauma. And he was going through similar periods. And one of his songs is called Suicide, but the I is an exclamation mark, so it doesn't get banned. But what he did because of that, he did a fundraiser for the Anglesey lifeboat station, because when Joe Hughes had thrown himself into the water, that night he went round with the National Lifeboat, spent hours and hours in the early hours of the morning searching the water and beaches for Joe and never found him. But he was so impressed by the amount of effort that they put into it that he wanted to do something for them. So he raised 21,000, and just from his fans. This was a few years back, and they've now got a new one. But thanks mainly to a 2.2 million legacy from a New Zealander who originally came from Anglesey. There he is with the lifeboat, some of the crew. And this is what he says about suicide. I think we live in a world that's quite oversensitized, and sometimes these things get bubble wrapped for the comfort of everybody else. The problem is, I think, that when you do that, the people in discomfort find it more hard to reach out and ask for help because it's become a bit of a taboo. This is based on She Sells Seashells by the Seashore.
She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two, gotta make the people think that they want them, really want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste man. Free. It's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4. Expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6. Guns, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes. Then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. 9. Polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah.
Some good lines. Sell water to a fish. I thought that was a really good line.
Or time to a clock.
Yes, I know. It's really good.
I'm just absolutely amazed by him. I just think he's fantastic. He's really, really good.
Yeah.
And he's challenging things like suicide and attitudes to suicide and to disability and illness as well, without it at any time feeling mannered or, you know, this is just good music that he's making with really interesting lyrics. So I just thought you'd like to hear about him.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Hugely grateful, Bernard. Yeah.
Yeah, never heard of him before.
All you need to do is search for Ren.
Ren.